Hi, how are you? Yes, you. How are you doing? Today, we are going to be talking about four places where people keep their money so that it can grow. So these are places where you do not need a lot of money in order for you to get started. I know most times we do not start with investing because we feel like we need a lot of money, which is true for some investment vehicles. Accounts we're going to talk about today, you can literally get started with $1, $2, $3, and like continue to put in your $1, $2, $3 if that's all that you have, and watch it grow over time. This is important because we need to ensure that every single dollar that we are earning, that we are not spending, that money is being put to work. There is no lazy money out here. I need you to commit to me. Tell me in the comment that starting today, after you learn about these four accounts, you are going to let go of lazy money. And lazy money is money that you have in your account that is not earning you more money. I'm glad you've committed because the cost of things are significantly going up. Your dollar in 2021 is not the same dollar this year. The cost of living has gone up. The cost of rent has gone up. The cost of food has gone up. The cost of your utility bill has gone up. Everything has gone up. For example, a pound of bacon was $5.56 last year. This year, a pound of bacon is $7. It's still the same bacon. It's just the price of that bacon has gone up. So you need more money now this year in order to buy that same pound of bacon. The first place where you can keep your money so that it can grow is a high yield savings account. A high yield savings account is a savings account, usually through an online bank that gives you a higher return when compared to a traditional bank. Both of them have the same purpose, to encourage you to save money. The difference is that a high yield savings account provides you with more interest on the money that you're putting in versus a traditional savings account. So for example, Bank of America. Bank of America is a traditional savings account. And as of today, the interest that they give you back when you put money in your savings account in a Bank of American savings account is about like 0.01%. That is nothing. That is equivalent to zero. Whereas at Marcus by Goldman Sachs, which is one of my fave, their interest rate that they provide annually is about like 2.35%. Keep in mind the interest rate varies and it could change over time, but they are known to provide one of the highest interest rate regardless of what's going on. Let's say you put in $1,000, you open up a high yield savings account that gives you a return of about like 2.35%. You put in $1,000. At the end of 1 year, you would have a return of $1,023. Whereas if you had put that money in a traditional bank that has very low interest rate, like a 0.01%, you literally would still have the same amount of money that you put in. Why haven't you opened up a high yield savings account? What is holding you back from a high yield savings account? With a high yield savings account, you have an easy way to get started with growing your money. The money you put in is guaranteed to be the money you get out. You can actually make more, especially if the savings rate, the interest rate on that account is high. Along with that, you can put in as much as you want to. You can take out your money at any given time. There is no restriction as to when you can take out the money. So sis, bro, stop playing yourself. If you have money that needs to be in a savings account, that should not be in your checkings account, do not leave it in a traditional savings account that is not earning you anything. Move that money over to a high yield savings account so you can earn more and put your money to work and grow your money in that process. The second way to grow your money that we're going to talk about are I bonds. These are saving bonds that are offered through the federal government. You can purchase these I bonds by going to treasurydirect.gov. Usually they provide a return of 1% to 2%, but we are in unique times right now. As a result of the fact that the cost of things have gone up, the rate that the I bonds are actually returning, because it's directly correlated to inflation, has also gone up too. If you buy your I bond between May of this year and October of this year, the return on your investment is actually about 9.6%. That is high. If you only have $2, $3, that's what you want to put in. You can put your $2 and $3 in, and you would get your 9% return on investment. Another thing I need you all to know is that it's a bit different from a regular savings account or a regular high yield savings account, because once you put that money in, you have to wait at least a year in order for you to take your money back out. This is where you start to think through, what is your intention for that money? What is your goal for that money? When do you need the money? This is money that you want to have liquid and you want to have access to, then maybe putting it in an I-bond is not the best place to put it in. But with I-bonds currently, you can get 9% back on a return on your investment, and it's being backed by the federal government, so you're guaranteed to at least get back the money that you put in, and you could make more than what you put in. Again, I ask you, why haven't you invested in an I-bond? That's 9%. 9%. That is a lot of money. Number 3 is an account that you can use to grow your money if you have long-term goals. The first two are more so like short-term. So savings account, you can get your money anytime. You can get money back anytime. I-bond, you have to wait a year. 401k is like long-term. You're trying to grow your money for the long term, for years to come, for retirement. 401k is a retirement account. And the reason why it's a good place to put money right now is because the stock market is down. Things are currently down now. So if you get in now, if you put money in it now, you can ride the wave back up as the market bounces back over time. Another benefit to put in money is that some employers will provide a match to you. They could say, if you put in 5% of your salary, we will match it. So we will match it by 100%. So we'll put in another 5%. That means in total, between you and your employer, you have put in 10%. You are putting your money in the account, you're investing the money in the stock market through funds, safe funds. Make sure it's safe. It has to be safe funds. You put it through safe funds. Along with that, your employer is also contributing to it. And then both your money and your employer's money is growing because you're leaving it in their account and investing it in the stock market for a long period of time, because your goal for that account is to grow when you get to your 50s and you're ready to get the money out, so you can be living your best life on the beach, being somebody's rich auntie or rich uncle. You have accounts like that to rely on. With a 401k, once you put the money in, you cannot get the money out till like you're 59 and a half. If you do take the money out before you're 59 and a half, there could be a penalty. You can borrow against your 401k. It's mostly like borrowing yourself money and paying yourself interest back. So you can borrow against your 401k, but you need to make sure that you put that money back eventually. It also has some tax benefits depending on if the money you're putting in now into your 401k, you're putting it as pre-tax or after taxes. But just keep in mind that 401k is an account or vehicle that you can put your money in if you are striving to grow your money in the long term. The other account that you can open up is actually just a regular brokerage account. A regular brokerage account is an account that allows you to start investing in the stock market. You can open up that account. You do not have a cap as to how much you can put in. You don't usually have a minimum as to how much you need to start with. You can start with $1, $2, and make it like a recurring thing. Commit to yourself and say, every month I'm going to put $10 in this account. Every month I'm going to put $50 in this account. But hold on, it's not enough for you to just put money in the account. You have to invest the money. You can choose very safe investments. Like, you don't have to go for individual companies, because that does come with the risk of you not getting the money that you actually put in and losing that money. You can put it in like mutual funds that are safe, mutual funds that represent the health of the US economy. And what this does is that it allows you to start investing in the stock market gradually with little amount of money, and let's say you're buying the same mutual fund ETF over time. As you're buying that fund over time, you're compounding your gains. You're also averaging out the amount of money you're putting in. And like, this is also a long-term investment. This is one of the vehicles that you will put your money in if you want your money to grow over a long period of time. So there really isn't a guaranteed return, but over a long period of time, you would see that your money has hopefully gone up. So those are the 4 tips I wanted to share with you all today with regards to ways that you can start growing your money today, like literally start today with little to no money, with little to no friction. I know that this was more so a high level average of these accounts. If there's any one of these accounts that you want me to go more in depth with, please do let me know in the comments, and I will make a video to further talk about each of these accounts so you can understand the benefits, the disadvantages, and how you can get started. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I am looking forward to seeing you on our next video. On the next video, we're going to be talking about the differences between checkings account and savings account, and why you should either put your money in a savings account versus a checkings account, or a checkings account versus a savings account.